There comes a time in life when the world grows quiet, when each step is slower but somehow more meaningful. This is a space for that moment, a place where movement is gentle and healing is still possible. Welcome to the soft side of life. Some mornings you sit quietly on your familiar chair, hands resting on your knees, eyes gazing out the window, where the sunlight once invited you out every early day. In your younger years, all it took was a pair of shoes and a few steps, and you could walk through the whole neighborhood, hear the birds, feel the mist, and sense your heartbeat with the joy of youth. But now, those legs feel different, no longer as steady. Every time you stand, you need to hold on. Each stair feels like a challenge. You slow down and start whispering to yourself, "Maybe I've grown old." No one enjoys that feeling, the feeling of helplessness, of realizing your body has changed, watching others walk freely while you stay still. But here's a gentle truth worth remembering. You're not lazy. You haven't given up. Your body is simply changing. It hasn't betrayed you. It's softly telling you, live differently now. Slower, softer, but still full of meaning. You don't need to walk far. You don't need to go to the park every day. You just need to return to yourself and begin from the smallest things. Your body can still be strong, but in a quieter, more enduring way. Being 60, 70, or 80 is not the end. It's a new chapter, one where every breath is lived deeply, where even the quietest moments carry the greatest value, and from there, rebirth begins. And if today, your legs no longer carry you as far as they once did, don't be disheartened. There are still small, quiet things that can nourish your body, your mind, and your spirit. Things you can begin as soon as tomorrow morning. Just 5 gentle actions, soft enough for any age, but strong enough to change the way you live your elder years. 1. Gentle morning massage. Begin your morning not in a rush, but with tenderness. Use your own hands to touch your own body, gently rub your wrists, circle your knees, press softly on your shoulders, then place a hand on your chest, and feel your slow, steady breath. No force is needed, no perfect method required, only honesty. Each touch is a way of saying, I am still here. I still care for you. Every joint you soothe has carried you through life. Every muscle, though softer now, still holds the memory of your youth. There's nothing to force, nothing to perfect. Just a few minutes, a few gentle strokes each morning, and you'll begin to feel your body is still alive and still deeply worthy of care. When long walks aren't possible anymore, learn to walk inward. Massage becomes the quiet path back to your own center, warming the places long forgotten. And from there, energy returns. Not loudly, not suddenly, but slowly, quietly, truly. Sometimes, your own 2 hands are enough to bring a whole day back to life. 2. Stretch by the window. Each morning, walk to the window, pull back the curtains, let the light pour in. Let the sun gently touch your face, your hands, your soul, still half asleep. You don't need to go far, just stand. Exactly where you live. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Raise your arms toward the sky, as if greeting the sun and greeting yourself in a brand new day. Don't think of it as exercise. Think of it as a morning ritual, a quiet, personal ceremony that says, I am still here. Your body needs sunlight, it needs fresh air, it needs gentle movements to wake up the organs that have been resting all night. Just a few stretches, a little reach of the arms, and already your lungs open wider, your heart beats stronger, your thoughts move more freely. Some people can no longer go outside, and yet they stay well because they know how to let the light into their heart, how to bring themselves out of the shadows with one simple act. Stretching is that act. It doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't have to be perfect. All it needs is presence and light. Because sometimes the sunlight outside is the only warmth strong enough to quiet the loneliness within. 3. Short morning meditation. Mornings don't need to be loud, they only need a quiet seat, an old wooden chair, a corner touched by sunlight, or simply the very place where you are now. Place your hands on your knees, keep your back gently upright, your eyes may close or softly rest. No tension, no pressure to empty your mind, just sit. Feel each breath as it comes and goes. Don't try to control it, simply notice. Like watching clouds drift across the sky. If your thoughts arise, let them. If memories return, welcome them. They too will pass, like leaves floating down a slow-moving stream. Sit long enough, and you'll begin to notice. A stillness remains, even when the world outside is restless. Just a few minutes each morning. No bells, no numbers to count. No rituals to perform, only you, fully present in that one quiet moment. Because peace doesn't come from how much you do, but from how gently you sit still and remember you're still breathing. 4. Write a few lines each day. Keep a small notebook next to your teapot, and each day, give yourself a few minutes to write. Not to record anything grand, just a few quiet lines, so your soul can breathe. Write about whether the sky held sun or rain. Write about the meal you just made, or about a memory that returned when you saw an old scarf on the shelf. Maybe you're not used to writing, maybe you think you have nothing to say, but once your pen touches paper, something inside will begin to speak. Because deep within each of us, there's a silent stream waiting for just one pause, to be felt. Your words don't need to be beautiful, they don't need to be correct, they only need to be true. True. Like telling yourself how your day unfolded. True, like listening to your own heart without needing anyone else to understand. There are days when a single sentence, "I am still breathing today," is enough to lighten the heart. Each page becomes a shelter for your feelings, a safe place, a quiet home, where your mind can return and rest. Even if you don't go anywhere, even if your body no longer moves as it once did, your spirit can still travel far, with nothing more than a pen and a few handwritten lines. 5. Talk to an old friend. Some days feel long. No calls, no messages, no one asking, "How are you today?" Only the ticking of a clock and a quiet space inside your chest. But sometimes, all it takes is for you to pick up the phone, call an old friend, no reason, just to say, "I still think of you." It's been a while since we last talked. Maybe they too are sitting quietly, somewhere far away, also waiting for someone to reach out, also holding on to memories they don't know where to send. Just one call, just a few warm words, can brighten an entire afternoon, can soften eyes that have been dry for too long, because in that moment, You are heard, and you get to hear someone else. Growing older does not mean growing lonelier. Sometimes we just forget. That connection doesn't arrive on its own. It needs to be invited. Calling an old friend is also calling back a part of yourself, calling back youth, calling back stories that once made your heart light, so you can feel once more that you are still alive and still remembered. Growing old is not an ending, and it's not the sad part of life. It is a new chapter, quiet but rich with depth. Here, you don't need to rush anymore. No need to compete, no need to prove anything. You only need to be, and to live true to who you are. Youth is for reaching outward. Old age is for returning inward. Back to the body, to the breath, to the small, forgotten things. A cup of tea, a window filled with light, a handwritten line, a calm inhale in the early morning. And if you are still here, still hearing these words, still feeling the light pass through each day, then that is already a gift. Each morning you wake up is a gift. Each day you still breathe is something to be grateful for. You don't have to go far. You don't need to do anything grand. You only need to remember. Aging doesn't take everything away. It simply changes how you live into a rhythm that's slower, but also deeper. And within that slowness are treasures youth never had time to see. If you know how to live gently, then aging can become the most beautiful time of all. A season of stillness, a time of understanding, and a love that no longer rushes. Thank you for spending these gentle minutes with us. If today felt calmer, even just a little, then the story has done its part. If you'd like more soft moments like this, you're always welcome here. Feel free to subscribe. But no rush, we'll be right here, waiting for when you need a quiet pause again. Until next time, stay kind to your heart.